and Facebook all week long, and Rockwall County Game Day. Here we go. I'm Chris Pena. Excited to bring this to Rockwall. Morgan unfortunately couldn't be here. He's the creator of Texarkana Game Day. But on the end here, we do have one of the Texarkana Game Day greats, Jay Davis. He's here to make sure that we just don't blow the whole show up, so I appreciate that.
I'm just glad to be here and see the support that you're already getting. And I think once the community realizes how much fun and exposure that the athletes are going to have and how much Texas is going to be able to hear about Rockwall and all the students and athletes here, it's going to be fun. Just seeing some of the promo stuff that you've already sent me about some of the players that we're going to get to hear tonight. I don't always get to hear those over in East Texas. So I'm just glad to be here.
Hey, well, I appreciate you making the trip last minute, so thank you. Cassidy Kerr, she's going to be a regular with me. She's going to keep this show going. I am so excited to have her. She's pumped about this. She's going to tell you that she's an Aggie. That's probably the first thing she's going to say. But Cassidy, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Giggle Maggies, and thank you. I'm excited. High school football's new to me. I kind of have experience in college and the XFL for a little bit, and then that got canceled real fast. So this is my newest adventure, and I'm super excited. Rockwall is not too far from where I'm from. I'm from Scurry, Texas, which is a small town, and not a lot of people don't know it. So I'm excited to actually cover a football team that people know.
Well, hey, we're lucky to have you, and thank you again for being here. So really quickly about me. So this started really about a year ago. I was at the time with Dave Campbell's Texas Football. I went out there to help out at a game, and I want to say Jay was one of the first people. We talked on the phone, but last minute on my way to the game, they invited me to be on this show, and I had no idea. I'd never done anything like it. I was blown away by it, and since then I've got to know everyone that's involved with Texarkana Game Day. I've talked to all the administrators and coaches in Texarkana and East Texas, and they can't talk enough about how good this has been for the community. So that's why I'm here. And to my left, the owners of Sideways, the gentlemen that are making this possible, Josh and Jeff. Thank you guys so much for having us, and we're really excited to be partnering with you guys. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, listen, we're super pumped to have you guys here. When Josh and I started this idea of having a barbecue place here, it was all about our community, and then both of us being athletes,
you had to plug that in there at the end.
being able to showcase the athletes, the student athletes here in Rockwall County is really important to both of us, and thank you for including us.
Yeah. So hey, tell us a little bit, Josh. How did you guys get started here?
So me and Jeff, he moved. I grew up in Anna, Texas, and played cornhole and all that. And he just moved into town, and he was a professional soccer player. He was an Olympian, actually. So he was one of our Olympic soccer coaches, which was really cool. I had no idea who this guy was, and but I just told him. He's like, "So what are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm doing some barbecue competitions right now, and kind of winning a few of them." And he's like, "Hey, you want to go to get some pizza?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we went and got some pizza, and we were sitting at the bar, and one thing led to another. We ended up owning Sideways 3 months later. I was like, "So what do you want to do to get out of the soccer business?" And he's like, "Well, I'd like to own a restaurant." And one thing led to another. His wife was like, "Do it." And then so we started this place up, and it's been so successful, and it's really just our community, just like Jeff said. Everybody's been supporting us. We were top emerging business. We just got voted in 2019. We were voted top barbecue restaurant in North Texas. And in 2020, we were voted top barbecue in North Texas, top emerging business, best destination in Rockwall. I mean, everything just kind of just kept on going, and it's just been like a roller coaster ride.
It's a fun spot, and you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you have karaoke on Wednesday nights, and then you do some kind of a live band or something on Thursday nights?
Yeah, we have live music every night. Tuesdays open mic, Thursdays acoustic, and then bands on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday we just have a little jam session, and
nice.
It's it's super cool.
I'm excited to see Chris sing tonight. So, everybody, don't leave when this is over.
Yes.
We're gonna pick
George Strait's my go-to, so just
Nice.
so you know.
Nice.
Hey, I have to mention the man over here, Frank. He made the trip from Texarkana. He's helping us out, and then my man Cade back there. He's kind of shadowing because he's going to be taking over for him soon. You guys mentioned community quite a bit, and again, that's why we're here. We want to highlight all student athletes and coaches that are doing good things in the community. And, I understand football's king. And I was with Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and but we're going to do something different here, and we're going to make sure that all the sports get their due. And we're going to talk about athletes that you don't hear about. Those that may not go on to play at the next level. We want to hear their stories too. We want the communities to hear their stories too. We want to know what's next because we know that every one of these kids is going to go out and make us proud here in Rockwall. So that's what we're doing.
Exactly.
Also, I should announce or should let you guys know, not this week. We know we got the South Lake game, and then we got Boyd on Friday. The following week, our show will be live from the field. We'll do a pregame show, we'll do a halftime, and we'll do a postgame. So we're not just here; we're also going to be doing some good work come game day. So that's what game day is all about, right?
I just want to know why y'all said yes to us. Like, this is a chance. I love it.
Chris is a good salesman.
That's his thing.
I walked. I was going to make my way. I was going to go here. I was going to go there, and then go to Burger Place. And I stopped here first, and he was in here, and I said, I'm not even going to go. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere else. It just felt right. It felt like this is where we should be. So
So he cornered you?
yeah.
You can blink twice if you're in trouble.
Yeah. So here we go. I mean, I think we got players tonight. We got a big lineup. We have Tra Carson, former Aggie and NFL alumni. LaMichael James, who Doak Award winner and a Heisman finalist for the Oregon Ducks, and again NFL alumni. Jay Humphrey, who is I hear he is massive. So
Big dude.
Massive.
He's a big dude.
yeah, so that's good for me because I'm not massive. But obviously Texas, and then NFL alumni as well. Coaches, players, we just can't wait to get going on this.
I think it's going to be a fun-filled evening to start out with that type of caliber on your first show. Kudos to you, and I'm definitely jealous of Rockwall. I think this is going to be great for the community.
Yeah, Troy Aikman's next week, and no, I'm kidding. Unless you have his number, then tell him to call me. Here we go. What else you got? Anything you want to talk about for Sideways before we go besides the beat?
Well,
grid
tonight,
that
I
we
mean,
can't get?
tonight's karaoke night. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's got a good voice.
Yeah.
He's got a good voice.
Which Cody
I don't know
Johnson?
about that.
You told me earlier you're going to sing a Cody Johnson
I'm
song.
going to probably do some Cody Johnson
Which
tonight.
song specifically?
Dancer Home. Yeah, we're going to do Dancer
Who
Home.
are you dancing
Yeah,
home?
but
Himself.
Yeah.
But no, so we got karaoke. So this is one of our bigger nights. So and then we do, like I said, on Fridays and Saturdays we have live bands and we're packed. I mean, it's a packed house. It's a lot of fun. We have cornhole going on outside. Our barbecue is off the chain. We got this thing called a Cowboy Caboodle, and it's everything that we offer in our menu and put it in an egg roll and fry it up. It is the best thing on the
All right.
planet.
Well, hey, I want that, and I want the beef rib at some
Oh, yeah,
point.
he wants the
The,
ribs.
the smoked pinwheel for me.
Yeah, I've got to. Another really cool announcement. Something that's just super excited about. So this is all possible when the community comes together and when we get sponsors together. Just probably an hour ago, we got word that Rockwall Ford is going to be our title sponsor, and
job.
Mr. Jeff Hicks, thank you. That's huge for us. Obviously we need that support. I got to talk about Allstate and Carson Brooks, who's a friend of mine. I play a lot of golf with him, but he was the first one in line. He said, hey, whatever you need, I'm there. All Sports, I got to give a shout out to them. They took care of us for apparel.
For sure.
And then, Sign Mart, happy to partner with them. They're going to take care of signage and stuff for me. So we have a big show, and next up we're going to bring up some Rockwall players and the head football coach of Rockwall. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys being
thank
here.
you.
So much, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thanks, guys.
letting us sing.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Welcome back to Rockwall County Game Day, and we survived that first segment. I was super nervous. With us, head football coach Trey Brooks, and then quarterback Braden Locke and linebacker Gage Elder. Guys, thanks for coming out. We appreciate the support on this first night.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, I know I was blowing Coach up for the past week, and I apologize in advance, but
Hey, we got him here.
yeah, we
Hey,
got
we're
it.
here.
Successful.
We're
We're going
here.
to keep doing it
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
know the method.
So tell us, Coach. We know we got a big game tomorrow night, but before we get to that, tell us about preparation up to that. I know COVID's been a crazy thing, but tell us about preparing for the season and now leading up to district play.
It's been a long journey already. I picked a heck of a time to become a head coach for the first time, but it's good.
And congratulations on your first two wins,
thank-
by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been good. Luckily, we have great kids like these guys that have just been awesome the whole time. And we talk all the time about the journey that we've been on already. Going back to April when I got the job, and our first team meeting being over Zoom, and having to have position meetings over Zoom, and these guys did workouts at home, and we eventually got to start workouts over the summer, and that had to look really different, and we had to work out in small groups, and spraying bars down and cleaning and just all the things that were involved, and eventually got to start practice, which was awesome, but that had to look different too, and these guys wear masks out at practice every day, and all along the way they've done whatever they had to do to make it happen, and just have found a way to get it done every time. That's been our theme, just find a way to get it done. There's a lot of things that you could say that are in our way, and things that could keep us from doing what we want to do, but you can also just find a way to do it, find a way to get it done, and they've done that. So it's been great. We're just glad to be out there playing, and week of preparation has been really good. First 2 games, I couldn't be happier with how we're playing right now. We still got a long way to go, but I'm excited about where we're at. And we talk during this time of year, we talk about just getting better every week. These guys, they hear me say it all the time, but it's right now we're not getting any further away from the playoffs, any closer to the playoffs. It's all about us. It's all about us getting better. And this week we get a chance to play a really, really good team, and it's no different, though. It's no different. We're just trying to get better. Our goal is tomorrow night after we leave to be a better team than we were when we started. So.
Yeah.
I know coming in, like you said, it was a crazy time to become head coach, and the team already knew you because you were already a part of the system. Yeah. How hard was it for them to adopt more of your culture as a head coach through Zoom meetings? Did it seem harder to get through to kids? Like it's a new era kind of thing?
Yeah, it was definitely different. It was it was a strange way to go about it, not being able – I mean, it was a long time before I was able to actually see them in person, and in that situation, taking over, you want nothing more than to just high-five them and hug them and all that, and we still can't do that. But it was a strange way to transition into that role, but they were so awesome. I mean, it benefited us huge that I knew them and that they were comfortable with me, and that made a big difference.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a new head coach and coming into a team and being like, hi, I'm on Zoom.
Yeah, having to get to know kids, having to get to know coaches. We didn't have to do that, and so that was a big benefit.
So for practice, do you all often do a little more reps with backups in case COVID happens?
Oh, yeah, we have to. We've thought through that a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. So it's
something
we have to consider for sure.
Yeah.
So Gage, tell us about it. Tell us about your team captain and you always have a role to play on the team, and so far this season, how everything's going.
So far this season, everything's been going really good. We've been working all summer throughout the last 4 years. Everyone's been working, and we're just ready to keep going, pushing through with everything that's happening, COVID and everything. We're having to adjust a little bit, but it's not that bad. We're getting used to it and just keep playing.
I was watching last game, and just by looking at it, it seemed like the defense was on the field for forever. Have you ever told him to maybe not throw a touchdown the second play of the game?
I mean, we can't complain. Points are points.
I just feel like y'all are working your butts off, and this guy just throws a 68-yard pass down the field, and you ever just be like, hey, do you need to chill a little bit?
Take a little bit longer.
Yeah. Like, I need to catch my breath. So you had a blocked field goal last game, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that.
I mean, I'll just do my job. I saw my opportunity to go, and
I can see your face light up when I said
that.
So would you rather have a blocked field goal or like a big hit? Which one gets you which one makes you run further?
I'm going to tell Coach Young if you don't say block
probably,
field goal.
I'm going to have to go with big hit. I don't know.
That just gets you more a little fired
right.
up. I love it. Love it.
Braden, so tell us about how everything's going. Obviously, you're a name that stands out. Dave Campbell's, they had you in the top 200, as far as quarterbacks out there. And I know you still have a long way to go and only a junior. I mean, that's got to be exciting for your team and your teammates. But for you, how's everything going?
Everything's been going really well. Like Coach Brooks said, just the cooperation of the team has been something that's, really stood out. And it's an awesome opportunity to get to play football this year. And, I would say we're making the most of it right now. And, all the awards and accolades that we get or I get, it really is a team accomplishment. And so it's awesome just being out there with all those guys and all those coaches and getting a chance to go at it again this year. It's been a blessing.
I mean, this is one of the first times I've ever covered Rockwall, and when I was watching your game last week, I've never written down so many different names someone throws to. How does it feel to have so many dependent, you could throw to anybody on your team, it feels like. You have, 7 different receivers last year? Last game?
Yeah, and, me and Coach Brooks have had a lot of conversations, and, we know that one of the keys for our offense is balance, and as a quarterback, it's such a good feeling knowing that, you've got 4 or 5 guys on the field with you at all times that can go up and make plays, and so, it's essentially it makes my job easier. So it's been a lot of fun being out there with those guys, and Coach Brooks is always dialing it up for us. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, we know district's coming, so it's there's not a ton riding on this game as far as district play goes. But what does it mean to go out against South Lake and make a statement this early in the season?
Well, there's a reason we schedule teams like this, because we want to prepare ourselves for games in the future, and we expect to be playing in the playoffs and playing teams like this when we get to the playoffs. So that's what we kind of look at this as. It's a chance for us to play somebody really, really good and prepare ourselves for what is to come, and that's become our expectation at Rockwall High School, and so that's what I look at it as. This is the type of team that we want to be playing when we get into the playoffs. So that's what I look at it as.
I will say, when I watch y'all, when y'all move with momentum, it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that, because I felt like Jesuit played a little more controlled ball. It was a little slower. They tried to get you off tempo, and y'all immediately just were back into it. Y'all starting the season off 2-0, the momentum's there. How do y'all feel like that's transferring into going into South Lake Carroll? The momentum's there.
Yeah, I feel like you're exactly right. We just got to continue that momentum, and our opponents have continued to get better, and that's going to be the case this week, and it's going to be a real challenge. But we've got to keep that momentum going, really in all phases of our game. So you're right that we just got to keep the momentum going and just keep getting better.
Nice. Well, hey, Coach, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being on here. And like I said, we're really excited to bring this show to you guys, and we hope that you guys will continue to support it. You guys have an open invitation all the time. We want to see different players. We want to see stories. We want to hear about success and how you're building off failures when you have them, because they're going to come, right?
Yeah.
Again, guys, I appreciate it, and good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Thanks,
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank
We're
you for
excited.
having us.
We'll be
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You've done a great job. And I'm just glad that guys like this get the opportunity to be on here.
Hey, it's good practice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You're going to get the rest of your life, buddy.
Hey, we'll be back again. Coach, thank you. And we're going to come back with LaMichael James, NFL alumni, and Trey Carson, NFL alumni. So, again, thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help, because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
course, everybody knows Cassidy. And then my man Trey Carson's and, LaMichael James. Appreciate you guys being here with us. What's up, fellas?
Nothing much, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. You made the drive in from Texarkana today, so I appreciate that. LaMichael, where are you coming from today?
I came from Prosper.
From Prosper. All right. So both are a little drive, not as far as Texarkana.
Right.
So Trey cares more. It's fine. We won't hold it against you.
Yeah. Trey, I've gotten to know Trey a little bit over the past probably month, and man, again, appreciate you being here. You've been really kind, and I enjoy your ass. I've got to sit on some sidelines with you and hear you talk. We've talked about football, and sometimes I think I know what I'm talking about. But hey, appreciate you guys again being here.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. You do a good job too, man.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, most of the people that are watching tonight probably saw a lot of them in college, but it was definitely fun to see them at the high school level play. And what was so funny back then, and it wasn't funny for the other teams, but when you take their caliber and play against other 3 and 4A schools, it wasn't even fair. But it was fun to watch.
Yeah, because Texarkana, so East Texas, you guys are Texarkana running backs, right?
Yes,
so what high schools was it? Was it LE?
Yeah.
LE.
Okay, yeah. So you've seen a thing or two.
And of course, the success that some of the East Texas schools have had in Texarkana back when they played, Pleasant Grove wasn't quite as successful back then. And so I'm sure if you go back and look at those two guys' stats against the local schools, they're a little elevated.
Y'all just bullying kids?
Trey was,
Hey,
he was 220.
I didn't run 4.3 though, so.
I'm going to jump in and ask a question. So, y'all have definitely been in high school, y'all went to college and the NFL. I want to know what the difference in camaraderie and what the locker rooms feel like at each level. And because high school's it all feels different, right?
It does.
Yeah.
You want me to go first or you
Yeah,
go?
I want both y'all to answer.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Probably the biggest thing in high school, you're out there with your friends, people you grew up with, your whole life. You create that bond. And the best, I have a lot of awards. I've won some big-time games, but the best games I've ever experienced in life was high school, by far. I mean, you go to college, you're like, I just wish I had one more snap in high school, being with the guys, and you go out there and win for your community. And, it just brings you so much joy because, that's just your family, your friends, people you grew up with, playing Pee Wee League with, and it's like no other feeling than high school football.
Right, and I was going to say the same thing. High school football, it can't be duplicated. You grow up with these guys and you play with them since you were little, and it's a real brotherhood. I tell everyone all the time, I would trade all my accolades for a high school championship.
That's what my next question was going to ask. There's a famous Baker Mayfield interview. It was obviously right before he got into the NFL. He probably would change his answer now for a Super Bowl. But like LaMichael, you played in the Rose Bowl, the NCAA championship, Super Bowl. Baker always said he wished he could have won state in Texas.
Right.
If you could, out of all the games you played in, what's a game or a field you really wanted to play in?
You know what? I did win a state championship.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
I do know.
So out of all of those, what really got you going?
It was definitely the state championship. I just remember.
Out of all of the games you played in.
We were playing Waco Robinson right here at SMU, and I remember taking the bus ride. I'm like, we're gonna win this for the community, and that's the only thing I thought about is winning it for my community. Because you go back 20 years down the road, people from your hometown where you grew up from, they remember that forever.
Right.
And what's so unique is, Texarkana, we now have, all the high schools have at least gone and played in the state championship. And, we've got 3 high schools there, and there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. But when you start seeing the schools have that success, I rember when LaMichael went to go play, you had the whole community basically just shut down and all of a sudden became LE fans.
Right.
And so that's what's so good about high school sports is you can have the entire community just start supporting that team that's having that success.
And I've watched the Argyle game with both of them on the sideline, and then the Argyle PG game, and then last week. So I can see it in their eyes when they're on the sideline watching these kids play, like how much they enjoy it. And so again, man, I appreciate you guys being here.
So for this experience of coming on a live show, y'all probably didn't have that much experience in that when y'all were in high school.
Not at all.
How much would you recommend to students now to get their reps in of dealing with live questions and dealing with interviews and just the poise, what would y'all recommend to a high schooler?
I definitely would recommend it, just so you can get used to it. You don't want your first time being on live, like on national TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is great practice for the kids. It's great for the community. So I definitely would recommend it.
And not just talking about sports. I mean, your business life, going
Right.
to work, everything, just getting used to talking to people and
Answering
coming over your
immediately.
fear of this right here is big. So
True.
Pac-12 is going to play.
They're definitely gonna play.
Took their time.
Pac-12, yeah.
They did take their time.
Yeah. So you excited about that to get going?
I am.
You
I'm
keep
more
up. You keep up with the program.
You know,
are you there?
I do. I love the program, but I'm more excited about this game tomorrow.
Oh, look at you.
I really am. I'm anxious to see this one.
Yeah, no, both of them they'll be with us tomorrow on the sideline. So, you know a little bit about the teams? Have you?
I do. I've looked it up. I know the quarterback's dynamic. I'm
Yeah.
an offensive guy.
Yeah.
I know South Lake gave up a lot of points last week, so I need him to go more than they did last week. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see that. I know he got some receivers. They can catch the ball and really roll. So I'm ready. I'm gonna pick Rockwall on this one.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be a heck of a game. And
Yeah, I don't know what the over is, but I'm taking the over.
Shootout.
Oh, yeah.
When I say shootout, I mean
the ball
Big
flying
12.
everywhere.
lighten it
Big
up.
12.
Big 12.
Big 12.
The quality of quarterbacks coming in town this
Elite.
week with Locke, with Hoover over at Heath,
And they're both juniors.
Yeah, and then South. They're all three juniors. All three, and that's crazy. So it's going to be some balls flying around Wilkerson Stadium Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Mike one more question about you were a dual sport athlete.
I was.
So I'm a little bit of a Twitter stalker on everybody.
Yeah.
I saw you walked into y'all's track field there and your picture's up. What's it feel like to have, you're known for football, obviously.
Right.
What's it feel like to be known for your second sport a little bit? When you walk in and, you were there. How did that feel?
You know what? It's a huge accomplishment. It was just something I just wanted to do just to stay in shape. I didn't actually think I could compete with the actual track runner.
Must be nice.
And then, obviously I did, and I guess it was, big blessings to my coach and my conditioning.
Have you ever run the 40? You have a 40 time?
I do not have a 40 time, but I did run track in high school. At Scurry Rosser, whatever that means.
We can race after this.
You want to go? Hey, this scar right here is from the last race I did. I dove for the finish line.
By the way, I'm out on any race.
Oh, that means you'll do whatever it takes to win.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm all in.
You're definitely going to cheat.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, I will if I have to. Winning's winning.
Hey, I understand.
Hey, well, fellas, I appreciate it. We're going to have you guys on a couple more segments here and there throughout tonight's show. Really quickly, if we have any kids or fans, we have some giveaways up here. Some stickers, some tattoos, some lanyards, some bracelets. Feel free to come get them. These towels, I'll be giving these towels away. If I can get the loudest Rockwall Hawk fan to yell right now, just really loud.
These little guys, Oh!
I don't know. Somebody got
Which one?
Hey.
Right there? Yeah, all right.
Oh, that's up there.
It's close.
Are you a Heath fan or Rockwall? Okay. All right. Well, we got a Heath fan. Hey, I got a coffee mug up here for you when we're done here, okay? How about a Rockwall? How about
These little guys. This guy.
Him.
This little guy in the hat.
Definitely him.
Yeah.
So I got something for you too. As soon as we get done with the segment. Hey, we're gonna jump on to the next one. We're gonna have the play-by-play announcer for Rockwall, Billy Quinton. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So we'll be right back, guys. I thank you for coming on.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you're looking for authentic Cajun-style meats prepared and ready to cook and take home, look no further than Lanyard Specialty Meats. We here at Lanyard Specialty Meats select nothing but premium meats, and we season it to perfection so that you'll have all of Acadiana flavor here in your own home. Come by Lanyard Specialty Meats for all your tailgating needs for this football season or hunting season. Remember, Lanyard Specialty Meats.
Lanyards is an official sponsor and proud supporter of Texarkana Game Day.
welcome back to Rockwall County Game Day. We've managed to make it the first half hour plus, so so far so good.
Hanging in there.
Happy to be joined, and I appreciate it, by the play-by-play announcer for Rockwall Jackets, Billy Quinton.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Everything's been going smooth. Wait until now. I can run this thing off the track immediately.
Yeah, I'm just moment by moment here. I'm trying to stay on, and that's why Jay's here to kind of keep me in line. So thanks again for coming, and so tell us, you've seen it, every game so far. Tell us what you're seeing.
Well, I'm really excited about this team. It's obviously the first year with Coach Brooks taking the helm, and we've known him very well from being the offensive coordinator. And losing Coach Webb, was an adjustment, but the best situation possible would be bringing Coach Brooks up, taking over, and doing what he's doing right now. These kids are playing well. They're 2-0, and it is such a team concept. You mentioned this in the previous interview with Braden. It's a number of receivers that he can throw to. The running back situation, they've got 3 outstanding running backs. And then you go to defense, they have such a good rotation there. Very excited about this team and what they've done so far.
Yeah. Tell us, Jay, like when you're talking with announcers and things like that, their take on it versus our take down at the field. But you do a little play-by-play, right?
A little bit, and one of the things that I have grown to have is abundance of appreciation for those that are willing to take the mic each Friday night, and the time and effort that goes into that to learn the players' names,
right.
learn them correctly, and try to be in tune with the teams, just so that you can call a great game and allow the fans to get involved. And one of the things that just impresses me the most is, and I've actually asked a few people about you, is that you don't make it about you, and it is about the game. And that's one of the strong points that I like to see about the play-by-play announcers. What do you do to prepare yourself each week?
Well,
besides that sheet, if I can get that before you leave.
Can you scan
I
that
can leave it for you,
us?
yeah. I get my spot sheets ready, and I put as much information on there as possible. Everything from obviously statistics and things like that, but even that, like for instance, Braden down there, his favorite color is pink, which is kind of weird, but I went ahead and put that on here anyway.
Hey, it's October, it works.
Yeah, there you go. So, but you just get as much information in front of you as possible. I've got a new guy, Tyler Anderson. I want to give my guys a shout out on my crew. Tyler Anderson, David Sweet, and Mesquite Billy out there. But Tyler is his first year doing analysis with me. And I think he was shocked at how much stuff you have to do to get on the air and to be prepared to be on the air. And it's a real fun opportunity if you have a chance to do this, and just take everything you can and then just have fun with it. Our whole goal is, when we get in the booth, we want it to be like we're sitting it sideways and we're watching a game and we're talking, we're having a good time. And the most important thing is, make sure you get everybody, give them credit if they've made a tackle or whatever. Even if we miss it, I'll miss a lot, and kid will make a nice reception. Gage was here, Gage Elder, the linebacker. He didn't mention it, but he had an outstanding catch for a 2-point conversion. I didn't expect Gage, a linebacker, to be in there receiving passes, and he did a little toe tap on the sideline, in the end zone, right by the sideline.
It was early in the game, right?
It was. And I just lose it because I just think this is great. We got a linebacker, doing Odell, Beckham.
Get the big guys in there.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And I've had both Gage and Braden in class. I teach also at Rockwall High School.
Awesome.
And so it's fun to have fun with them and to know these kids. And that's the biggest part of it in high school. You know a lot of the kids. You've seen them grow up. You know the families. And it's just going out there and having a good time.
So, do you study calling plays? Do you watch games on Sunday? Do you model after anybody? Are you an Al Moccasin, a Joe Buck? What you got?
I don't know if I'm any of those. I'm definitely not even.
Just don't say booger.
No.
We wouldn't put that on you.
I don't want to brag, but I'm better than Booger.
Yeah,
I'll say that. But all the other
So
ones
is
are
my
way
dog.
ahead. Yeah, there you go.
They're going to win. They're going to have to score more touchdowns. Okay.
I don't know what I'm like. We kind of just bring our own, personalities to it. We joke around a lot in the booth, and we do goofy things, and we'll make fun of each other and make fun of the kids. Sometimes if we know them well enough, I give Braden a hard time. I think he's got a total of 1 yard rushing this year. So we're looking at the our Yellow Jacket rushing record and see if we can get that, kind of get him closer. But no, it's just, like I said, we just have a good time. We bring as many people as we can. This year it's going to be tough with COVID and all that, but we bring friends into the booth and local, people that are business owners and even politicians, and
So-
we'll bring them in there.
So tell us really quick, some players that don't jump off the stat sheet that we should know about that are making it work.
Well, I always go to the offensive line. We sit and we talk about the golden boy over here, Braden, and the quarterbacks and the receivers and all that. They can't do anything unless this offensive line is down there in the ditches and working for them. So I do want to talk about this Rockwell offensive line. It's one of the first years. Rockwell's always done well, and they've always had a really good offense since Coach Webb has come, and then with Coach Brooks taking over. And Coach Brooks has been running this offense, for a long time. And he'll say it's the offensive line that makes a big difference. And so, we have a new kid that has come in, Clough Amherst, Logan Clough Amherst, 6'8", 340 pounds. So that's pretty good size to have there as your anchor on the left tackle. And so then we have Chow, Brackett, Zalka, and Haynes on the line. I just want to give them credit because they don't get a lot of the credit, and we try to as much as possible give them some. Nothing happens without them. And then on the defensive side, there's a couple kids in the secondary, Drew Mock and Corey Kelly at safety. They just are outstanding players. They're always disrupting things, and those guys are really fun to watch. And a kid named Caden Robinson, that's our cornerback, his first year on varsity. He's almost a lockdown corner already as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And so those kids are very impressive to watch. And then one more I want to mention is Eduardo Gonzalez, a defensive end, that he's one of those guys that's just constantly in the backfield and making plays. And I don't know how much credit he gets because he may not make the tackle every time, but somebody else is because of what he's done.
Nice.
Well, I can tell in your voice that you're also a fan of the game.
Mhm.
And how hard is it to keep just the fanboy from coming out on Friday nights and to sort of try to keep it modeled and that play-by-play announcer mentality?
I'll put to you this way. If you're familiar with the ticket, we've been on Homer Call of the Week, I think about 30 times. I'm not sure, but it's pretty close. But we let it go. And so I always say that doing high school football is different than college and pro, especially pro, because you do have to stay neutral and down the middle. In high school, we can have fun, and we can be biased. We can be homers. We joke around about being homers. We watch it through orange-colored glasses.
It's different when you're teaching the children in
Sure,
class.
sure.
Yeah.
You really have a connection.
Yeah.
And even before then, before I was teaching, and Stan, who's the play-by-play guy for the Hawks, who you'll have, the same thing. It's these kids, and you're so happy for them, especially the kids that don't play a lot, and they get in there and make a play. I'll lose it sometimes, and so I will let the fan come out, a lot, but try to keep it under control as much as possible. But we have to, sometimes remind ourselves, oh, we got another play. We got to let that one go and move on to the next one.
I just have one last question, and you did the calls last week. It's the first time I watched a live stream for Rockwall. Did your daughter make it to Lubbock?
She did. She did, about 3 in the morning. Yeah.
That was a
About
long
3.
route she took.
She punched in the wrong address, and nobody knew. 6 people in the car. They were heading south when they were supposed to be heading north, and nobody figured it out for an hour and a half.
I was giggling. I was watching the game, and I was like, oh, poor girls.
She made it safe, yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Hey, Billy, I really appreciate you being here. We'd love to have you, weekly.
Sure.
Come by and tell us about it. I think this has been fun. I appreciate your passion for it and all the work that you're doing. So we can't wait to listen to you call the games. We'll be at the game tomorrow.
Perfect.
So thank you for your time.
Thank y'all.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Thank y'all for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting the craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
Hey, welcome back to Rockwall County Game Day. Really excited to be here with Coach Spradlin and quarterback Josh Hoover and linebacker Grady Brewer. Appreciate you guys coming tonight. Coach, I've been wearing you out. I've been wearing you out, and I am sorry. But when you get a cell phone number, that's my way in. So I apologize. I know you've been really busy. I know it's been really tough with everything going on, so thank you for taking the time to come out tonight.
Oh, no, Chris, appreciate you, man. It's a big deal for high school football, and particularly here in Rockwall. It's just been a unique year, a lot of stuff to manage, grades week this week. It just, you know what I mean? So anyway, we love it, man, love what you're doing for us, and appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, well, hey, again, glad to be here. So tell us, obviously we're starting out the year. You guys played a really good football game last week against a good team. Tell us how the year's going. I know you didn't get that preparation with the leading up to, but how are you treating that going in a district?
Well, I couldn't be more proud of our kids. We really interestingly had a good summer. We started our strength camps on June 8th, and so it honestly was one of the longer preparation times, Chris, that we've had. We just didn't have any contact work, so that's what was different. But we were still able to, do some things and get our routes run, things like that. So I've kind of felt like, interestingly, going in, we were pretty prepared. Played two really good football teams the last couple of weeks. Louisville was a 7-4 team a year ago, and really talented bunch on offense. Got a quarterback's committed to Boise, I think, and running backs got some offers, Kansas and people like that. So we got tested early, and then obviously the other night in Southlake got tested there and spotted them 20 points. We were down 20-0 and came back and got it into a one possession game, late in the game. So I was proud of our kids for continuing to battle and settle down and actually play the way I know we can play.
Yeah, no, really good. And this week, if we fast forward, how's preparation for you guys been, coming back? You got something to prove this week. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I just think as an offense, there's always something to work on. And after last week's game, we kind of just watched the film and recognized the things we need to do better and worked on it this week in practice. And it's been a great week. Good focus and intensity the last 3 days. And I'm excited the way we've gotten better, and I'm just ready to go.
I was going to ask Grady. I already told LaMichael I'm a little bit of a Twitter stalker, so I went to your Twitter, and there is about 1 million videos of you working out this summer. So I know you were with Bullet this summer. What made you motivated? I know a lot of people probably, especially a high school kid, COVID hit, you got to be home, you got to play video games, you got to sleep in. What kept you motivated to keep working out and getting you to the next level for this season?
It was really just my senior year, and we haven't been very good, the past defensively the past couple of years, and I really wanted to step it up for my senior year. And I know we have a really good team, and we're just gonna put all the pieces together and we're gonna make it work.
So what are you benching right now? So before Bullet this summer, before quarantine to after quarantine, was all your focus on benching or what?
No,
better not have been. That squats are way more important than that bench press. I know that.
That's true.
Coach, tell us. So this week seems like on paper you guys are going to play a team that struggled a little bit. Looks like they've got a pretty good defense. They haven't let many people score on them, but. Tell us what you're thinking about this week as Boyd comes in, McKinney.
Yeah, Chris, you got to be careful with that on paper stuff. It'll get you beat if you do. And so we just work on us. That's all we can do. We really believe we've got a championship team and a winning team. And so, we got to put all the pieces together. We've been tested. We've been exposed in some areas. And so, the bottom line is that our kids have continued to stay focused. We're going to try to cut it loose a little bit. And, I've kind of got a skirt, it's got to match the blouse theory that defensively we're going to try to create some turnovers and things like that and see if we can't cut loose a little bit and make some things happen. So we've had a great week. Our kids are focused. Boyd's, Joe McBride went to Boyd just like I did when I came to Heath a year ago. He's installing his stuff. Joe's a great coach, was at Coppell for several years, does a great job. So, every game I watch, it's just that game, and I know our guys. That's what we preach to our guys. It's about the next thing, the only thing fans matter is the last one, so that we think we're ready to go.
Hey Josh, I was gonna say last week y'all were down 51-28. What do you go into your huddle saying to get y'all went 10 points unanswered after that? What are you going back into your team to keep them motivated back into this game?
Yeah, I just think that we just had to settle down and keep doing what we were doing. I think when we do what we're capable of doing, it's pretty hard to stop. We've got 5 guys up front who can dominate. I mean, I've seen the last 2 games; those guys have dominated pretty much every snap, in my opinion. So
they haven't let a sack yet, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's probably my fault if it is, but those guys up front are unreal, and it just gets a lot easier when you can run the football and just more of a balanced team. And just kind of preaching that we're gonna be in this game and just keep fighting because it's gonna come down to the end. So it did, and just didn't go our way. So sometimes
you
how
could
it goes.
definitely tell that something definitely kept y'all in it. Y'all never seemed beat during that game. You always felt in it.
Yeah,
and I love that.
I think that's just the difference between this year versus last year's. Our mentality is a winning mentality, and we believe that we're going to go score points and just be a great team. So we just got to keep it up and keep working because we haven't arrived.
Coach, I really appreciate you being here. We really are doing this for the community to put a spotlight on your kids, and we can't wait to see you guys go with that. The offense is fun. I know you want to bring something more to the defense, and it sounds like you're going to. But hey, it's all about building up and the end result, right? So good luck to you.
Yeah. Last week we'd have been tickled if it had been 73-72 or 57-56. It's just about winning, So yes, sir, Chris, we appreciate it, and I'm telling you, this is a big deal for Rockwall community and our Heath community as well. And go Hawks.
There you go. Yeah, go
Hawks.
Hawks.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Hey, Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck to you guys. We'll be there Friday watching, so go have some fun, and appreciate it. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back to Rockwall County Game Day. So far, we are an hour into this, and the feed's still going. And I
haven't been booed off yet. No tomatoes.
I don't think Jeff from Rockwall Ford, who is now one of our title sponsors, our only title sponsor, so he hasn't left yet. So we're still good. Happy to be joined by the Heath Hawk play-by-play announcer, Stan Britton, thank you so much for coming on. I was blowing him up on Twitter too, just trying to get him here, but here we are. So I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So tell us, how's it going? You have a front row seat to this team. We just heard from Coach and the players. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing from up there.
Yeah, so 4th season calling Heathhawk football here on RockwellISC.com, sportsgram.net, and it's a huge privilege just to get to do it each and every week, to bring it to our fans and community. But we've watched a very different Heathhawk football team a couple of years ago to where we are now. Of course, with Coach Bradley coming in, just a completely different offensive mind, and then just seeing the talent really develop with now junior quarterback Josh Hoover, who holds the school career passing yards record now.
Already?
Yep. So in his first game as a junior, set the record for career passing yards for the school. And so, watching just a whole different setup offensively, and watching those tools kind of come together, and then now seeing the defense really step up with guys like Grady, who are doing a fantastic job each week, just learning a whole new system and doing a great job.
Yeah, so we talked earlier, play-by-play guy, I'm sorry, I'm losing his name here, Billy. Yeah, Mr. Quinton. The preparation that you guys put into this. I mean, obviously you probably have a job, and you have to figure this out on your own time. Tell us about the study and the preparation that goes in with you.
Yeah, it's just learning, not just what's going on with our team and maybe injuries or kids who are going to play in different spots, but also teams that we're going to go up against and who they play and what their schemes are. And in fact, this week McKinney Boyd is coached by Joe McBride, who's a Texas high school football legend, and so just watching what he does and what he's done at schools like Coppell and Dripping Springs, and grew up in Brownwood, has this huge history. And so it brings some color to the broadcast each and every week, that we're able to tell fans, hey, here's who's across the way. You hear what our guys are doing every week, but it's interesting just to hear, what's going on. And one of my broadcast partners, Shannon Rodden, actually coached with Todd Dodge, whose son is just what we're doing each and every week. We get to watch our kids, and we get to share kind of what's going on the other sideline.
Well, I'm hearing the same thing that I heard in Billy's voice. You're a bit of a fan.
Yes.
And so what do you do while you're announcing to sort of keep that from really coming out too much, or do you just go ahead and let it go?
Just go for it. I think it makes it personal. I mean, I've got 5 kids in the school district too, and I've got a freshman that plays football at Heath, and so it is personal. It's it's fun to be a fan. And it's just something where we're homers, and I have no problem being nominated for Homer Call of the Week.
So you're cheering in the press box.
Absolutely. We had a call a couple of years ago that made it to the playoffs for Homer Call of the Week. We lost to the Minnesota Miracle, and it's one of those things where it's like, why hold back? They're listening they're cheering for our kids, and so they want us to be homers. They want us to say, man, questionable call, or to let them know that we're excited when something big happens.
Well, I know you're at least happy to be prepping for these games with COVID and the uncertainty of everything week to week. We've made sure we're trying to sanitize for you guys and things like that. Tell us, your worries about that, about going and district play and things like that.
Yeah, you mentioned a moment ago, do have a job full time. I work in healthcare, and so I've kind of watched COVID, throughout the spring and summer. And so just being careful, making sure to pay attention to, wiping things off and what you're breathing on and stuff like that. But how that affects kids and watching them get to play football and prepare to play football and other sports, you just have to be careful, be mindful of where you've been. But I'm just thankful that we've figured out a way to get to do what Texas should be doing in the fall, which is watching high school football and getting to bring it to our fans each and every week.
It's a nice normalcy to have.
It is.
It's definitely brought me a lot of joy.
We were joking around on our first broadcast against Louisville. We're up in the press box, and first kickoff, and it's like, wow, something normal about a dusk in October calling a football game.
It almost like home.
It did. It felt like home. It just felt like the whole world came back into balance. So it's really, really good.
We know some of the household names. We know Hoover. We know Evans. So give us a couple really quick. Who should we be looking out for on this team as we learn more about the Hawks?
Sure. A kiddo by the name of Preston Landis that comes in backing up Zach has run really hard the last few weeks. He's got 7 touchdowns on the season through the first 2 games. Preston's done a great job. You've got kiddos on the defensive side of the ball, Alan Crawford, Bryson Elbert, Preston Williams. I mean, we've got some kiddos that are doing some great things on both sides of the ball, besides those superlatives that, the household names It really does take 22 guys, and we've got some really great guys playing for the Hawks.
It seems like a fun offense to watch. I know.
I'm
It's,
excited.
there's points everywhere, so that's good.
64.5 points a game and about 560 yards a game as well. It's
that'll do. That'll
Won't
win
be
you a couple
boring.
games.
It's not boring at all, and it's fun to call. When you're talking about 95 plays, I mean, it's a lot of fun to keep it
Would
going.
you rather call a touchdown play or a crucial turnover?
If we're recovering the turnover, I'd probably go turnover. Touchdowns are pretty fun too.
Yeah. Hey, Stan, I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you can join us again. We'd love to have you back
to.
next week in the weekend, just talking Hawk football.
Let's do it.
As we learn more about the program, we wish you guys all the best of this Friday. Her and I will be there, and
Great.
so I just can't wait to get going and we'll talk again. Yeah?
Sounds great, Chris. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
problem. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, please. right, welcome back to Rockwall County Game Day. We appreciate everyone hanging in there with us. Still Jay Davis with us, Cassidy Kerr with us, myself, and then my man Mike Roach from 24/7 Sports. He is a recruiting reporter for Texas Longhorns football. And then Jay Humphrey, who obviously played O-line at Texas and NFL alumni. So, guys, appreciate you being here.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
No more of that horns down.
What? What'd you see?
Yeah, I've been hitting her underneath the table. So.
Yeah, she's Aggie. We have an Aggie over here, so she was she was waiting for you over here. But,
All right.
Yeah.
I have to lower my IQ a little bit then. I have this.
Yes, please. Simple words.
Yeah.
It's too bad Eric's not here.
I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Mike, tell us, we've got some big names here in Rockwall this week.
Yeah.
They're UT looking at them, so tell us a little bit about some of those players.
Well, we'll start with the visiting guys. South Lake coming in, of course, with the #1 player in the country. Quarterback Quinn Ewers, committed to Texas over the summer. It was a massive recruiting win for Texas. Really a guy who showed up as a sophomore in the playoffs against Duncanville with an incredible performance, thrown for 400 yards, and earned his way up to 5-star status and top tier in the country. And so obviously that's always tough to go up against, but a lot of talent here in Rockwall as well. When you look at Rockwall High, Braden Locke's been a guy that established himself early in his career. Now it helps throwing the ball to Jackson Smith and Jigba. That helps boost the numbers, but Braden's got some legitimate chops. I mean, I can remember talking to college coaches back in his sophomore season who said we really love the potential in the way this guy's going up. So I think he's another guy to watch. And then, over at Heath as well with Josh Hoover, who's just on, a lot of raw talent in his arm, a lot of power. Zach Evans, their running back as well. And then they've got two guys I'm starting to hear a lot about at receiver, Jay Fair and Jordan Neighbors, who are also big-time players. So a lot of talent out here in Rockwall County, which is not surprising. This has been a destination for guys like me for a long time.
Nice. Oh, yeah. And so your connection to UT, you got to love that there's talent coming out of here, heading to a school that you love, obviously, or at least they're looking at them.
At least defending.
What's that?
I said at least defending right now.
And I haven't been out to see Heath or Rockwall play yet, but there's a couple of guys that I want to go watch, in particular at Heath. Hunter Smith on the offensive line, big kid. He's got good feet, good hands. And Corbin Cleveland, the receiver at Heath, has been showing out too.
Nice. So, Jay?
Well, Jay, tell us a little bit. We had a couple other NFL alums on a little bit earlier. What was your experience and what did you take away from each level that you played in as far as high school, college, and pro football?
Well, shoot, recruiting is so much different now than it was when I was playing. Now it's kind of gotten, especially with social media and everything else, it's gotten to be a lot more show than it was when I was there. I mean, you had signing day, and there never was, where you got to put on social media who you were narrowing it down to and that type deal. But high school ball for me was a blast. I finished at Richardson High. I grew up in Abilene. We moved to Richardson, and I went my last two years of school there. And then I ended up choosing Texas mainly because it was closest to my family, and they'd be able to come to all the home games. And I knew that if I went Notre Dame or Tennessee or Colorado, that my family wasn't going to be able to make it to all the games. So that had a lot to do with me falling in love with Austin. But going from college to the pros, you can't see the forest for the trees in terms of when you get to the pros. Everybody's good. You don't have those weeks where you get to beat up on somebody like you did in college and especially in high school, because there are no dogs in the NFL.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the. You got the high school kids and then you jumping up to college and competition's getting better, and then you find out in the NFL, how elite am I? And you made it to the NFL though. I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself. So yeah,
it was a good time. I don't miss pro ball anywhere near as much as I miss college ball.
Really, yeah, and I think that LaMichael and Trey were talking about how they were for the high school.
They loved high school.
Yeah. So
that's why they're back.
Yeah. So,
but Austin being God's country, I mean, you've really got to appreciate that, though.
Is that what it is?
And all the Aggies come to Austin on the weekend because there's nothing to do in College Station.
Right. Exactly. Here we go. All right. Hey, tell us on Friday nights or when you're going out there to look at players, what are you evaluating and who are you reporting back to on a daily basis? Tell us about 24/7 Sports.
So basically what we do is we rank and evaluate recruits based on the star system. But what I do at the team level is kind of hone in on who Texas is looking at. Now, because I travel so much and I'm all over the state, I end up seeing a bunch of kids from a bunch of different areas. But what I'm doing is I'm our boots on the ground type of guys for our national rankings. So they call me and say, what did you see from this kid? what type of competition, because our guys who are based in Nashville don't understand the context of maybe ranking a 2A kid in Texas, what type of competition he plays, things of that nature. So it's kind of just explaining, here's who he's playing, here's a good comp for him, things like that. So what I'm looking for out of guys is we can see a lot from their huddle highlights, but those are highlights, and highlights are made for you to look good. The biggest thing I watch when I'm out at live games is what is a kid doing if he's a skill player who is not getting the ball? Is he blocking? Is he just taking the play off? What are your frontline guys doing on plays that are not on their highlight films? Are they routinely getting beat? Because it's easy to find 5 or 6 plays a game where you look good and you can throw that on a highlight film and it looks good, but what are they doing the entire game? I believe in-person evaluation's the only way to really do it.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
My time at Dave Campbell Texas Football is when I met Mike, and I try to get out to as many high school football games as I can around the state, and I run across him all the time, and he's got his backpack and he's going to work all the time. So I appreciate you coming. Jay, tell us what are you doing in Rockwall now? What's going on?
Man, I'm a chiropractor.
I know.
I've got a business here at Rockwall Spine and Sports Medicine over by 24 Hour Fitness. I got a wife, 3 kids.
Yeah. So you're breaking backs. You couldn't get away from it.
I was going to say, are you
exactly
addicted
right.
to cracking spines?
Yes, ma'am.
Started
sure.
young with the O-line. You're
Yeah.
just addicted to cracking spines.
It's
Now you get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if I'm not doing that, I'm playing cornhole.
Yeah.
Less spine cracking.
I've been trying. I've got a couple buddies here, and I've been telling them that, man, we want to be part of that. It looks like a lot of fun. Is that over at Shenanigans?
Yeah, we play at Shenanigans on Thursday night. There's another league that plays on Tuesday nights. Shout out to Patriot Baggers.
There you go.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
And I think they've got some cornholes here.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So,
yeah.
That's actually how I got to be
He was
friends
calling
with-
you out just now. He was like, yeah, he wanted to take you out back and see what you got.
Hey.
Hey, guys, I appreciate it. This is obviously our first show, so it was a big deal. I reached out to Mike. I knew he'd come out and support. I knew there were some kids that Texas was interested in, so it made sense. And Jay, it was like you're one of the alumni for NFL and Texas. It just fit what we were doing, so I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And hopefully we can have you guys on again at some point.
Anytime.
Hook 'em horns.
Say when.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hook 'em.
Oh, come on, guys.
All right, we'll be right back in just a few minutes. right, we are back. Last segment, Rockwall County Game Day, and what was that? Joined by Tra Carson and LaMichael James. Somebody was yelling, it threw me off. Fellas, I appreciate you joining us again. Did you eat?
We did.
Yeah, how was it?
Excellent.
Excellent?
Never had fried ribs before, but they were excellent.
Excellent. Yeah.
Were you sad it wasn't a burger?
Nah, I needed those ribs. Definitely needed those.
Yeah. Jay, tell us, are you heading home tonight? And
I am. I want to stay and watch you sing first, and maybe play a little cornhole. But we
got a lot of cleanup to do.
Right. Before I do get out of here, I do want to thank everyone that came out tonight, and I know that you'll have that continued support going on. Tonight, in my opinion, the show was very, very good, and so I think this has been needed at the high school level. Jay earlier was talking about the difference in social media and just the different avenues that our young athletes now have, and this is just going to be another way for them to be seen and have some opportunities to be interviewed, and I think that that's going to bode well, whether it be their college career, working career. This is just going to be a great opportunity for the kids.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd love to get your perspective on things. You do a morning show with Texarkana Game Day. I was on there last week. It's a blast. You guys have a lot of fun. So tell us. So give us some good feedback right here before we go.
I think you guys did a great job. Obviously the food was great, and I think the show was great, and I think this community needs this, and they're going to back this, and I think it'll do well.
Both of y'all are coming tomorrow night, right, to the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see that. I know y'all are excited to see some offense. What on the running back side of it, what do you guys look for when you see a good running back out there?
I always look for how can he run full speed and change directions? How many steps does he take to slow down? That's the one thing I always look for.
Two different running backs.
Yeah, we are.
Right.
I look to see how fast they are. Nothing else matters to me. How fast are you?
From point A to point B.
Yep.
So you can teach us. You can take a track guy and you can make him a running back.
Not necessarily. I've seen that happen, and it always works well.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna do this every week, and we're gonna improve. I don't know if I seemed it, but pretty nervous up here, and I don't know how Cassie felt.
Scared to death.
But we had a good time. We enjoyed it. We really appreciate y'all's time and coming and the support. I know how much y'all love high school football, so we appreciate that support. Thank you, Jay. We've had conversations in Texarkana, and you've given me lots of information, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here and supporting.
Well, I wouldn't be here if I didn't support you.
Yeah.
I think that Morgan has definitely seen the same thing that I see in you, and I know that you're going to do well with the Game Day brand here. And I will tell you that your ability to find talent may be a little bit better than Morgan's. So Cassidy's done a great job tonight. So even though she's an Aggie fan, but I know.
Thank you. Finally, someone up here that agrees.
Me and Trey don't get along as far as sports too much. Our sports opinions are not the same.
If you would have saw
Dak over Romo, I already said TCU's going to win the Big 12 this year. I called that, but
he thinks Dak is a top 5 quarterback.
Dak's a top 5 quarterback.
Okay.
Maybe number 5.
Hey, LeBron's number 2.
6.
He can get to number 1, but he's number 2.
We clash on pretty much everything.
Yeah. So,
Hot Takes Game Day.
Yeah.
Trey's a LeBron fan, though.
Oh, I know. We could have a show just on everything we disagree about.
I'm going to take Jordan over LeBron, too.
There you go. So, see?
What?
Yeah. I'm an MJ guy as well.
See?
So,
that's the over 30 club.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Are you going to call me? You don't even know my age.
Over 30.
Yes. Cassidy, tell us, excited? How'd it go?
This felt really good. I'm excited. It felt very natural. The crowd is phenomenal. We already had great players come on. I can only imagine what more we're going to get from each school. Yep. I'm excited. I'm really excited for these high school kids to get the exposure. I'm a big Twitter person. I already said I Twitter stalk everybody. But even just to have these clips out there for coaches to see, it's just getting names out there is so important nowadays. You get so much further in social media than you used to. You could DM a coach now and be like, hey, here's my highlights. And every now and then a coach's going to click on it.
Yep,
so I'm all about this. I'm all about getting names out there. These young guys definitely have it here.
Well, it's fun because we covered a game in Arkansas, and I really didn't have much information on them the first week for Pleasant Grove when they went and played Nashville. So my only avenue, because the coach wasn't going to share anything, my only avenue was to be able to just DM some of the players. Right. And, I mean, it was amazing, some of the information. Not that it was, going to change the game, but it allowed me to create some more content whenever we were able to talk about their team, because just saying, number 34 got the tackle, well, when we could sort of add some information of, well, last year this is what they did and, this is what they think. But it's definitely fun to be able to create that personal link with Texarkana Gameday and the players, and likewise.
For those that don't know out there, what this has done for the community of Texarkana, you kind of off air our conversations about, man, what it's done for everybody. Your thoughts on that? I want Rockwall to kind of understand what this is going to be like, down the road.
You just take the two schools here. You're going to have some, when we talked about being a homer, you're going to have some people that are just, Rockwall, and then you're going to have some that are Heath, and you're now going to have them learn even more about each other's programs. Right. Yeah. And when you can put the face on, like, tonight, I probably like A&M a little bit better because I've met someone else that's maybe nice. But when you can put a personal face on your competitor, it becomes that competition versus just, I don't like them because I don't know anything about them. Right. And I think right now even our world could probably take on a little bit more of that as well. Right. But I do think that this allows the community to get to know more about each school, and it allows that school to sort of promote themselves too, because the schools in Texas are just, to me, are so impressive in what they're able to output. Could things be better? Yes, but you could also have things better in every single business out there. Right. But I'm definitely excited about what you're going to be able to do for this community here and the kids and the community, just to become a little bit closer.
What we are going to be able to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, we're excited. So we're going to have a couple people on our show regularly. Billy Trimble. See if you can hear it. Yeah. So Billy back there, Billy's the jokester. Billy's the guy. Me and him do not agree on anything. He probably agrees with, yeah.
It might be a you thing. Have you thought about that?
No, I don't know. We're not going to talk about age anymore. But Billy's going to come up. We're going to have a good time with this show. And, again, we're doing this for all of Rockwall, for all the student athletes and coaches out there. I really appreciated everyone tuning in tonight and chatting with us. LaMichael, Trey, thank you so much. Jay, thanks for coming in. Cassidy, awesome job. Rockwall. What's our sign off? What are we doing
I already
here?
gave you it.
Let's see. Is it more natural for you or me? You say it.
Oh no, it's more natural for me to say it, but I would love for you to say it.
Okay. What? Let's see. What?
I don't have it written down. No,
say it. Go, and then let me try.
I was gonna say, are y'all ready to rock and wall?
Rockin' wall.
That's what I figured.
Rockwall, go be great. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, thank you.